In today's video, I'm going to talk about the 9 steps that you can take to rebuild trust and save your relationship. Now, this is a part 2 of a 2-part video series. The first video I did was 10 warning signs that your relationship may be crumbling. So if you haven't seen that one already, you might want to check that out at the end of this video. Today, we're talking about those relationships where trust has been broken and how do we rebuild and the steps that we need to take to get that relationship back on track and thriving. So, it only takes one person implementing these steps to help turn a relationship around that may be crumbling. So stay tuned and find out what the 9 steps that you can take to rebuild trust and save your relationship are. Before we get going, be sure to hit that notification bell, subscribe to my channel so you can be next in line when my next video on relationship mastery drops. If you are new here, welcome. And if you're a returning visitor, thank you for coming back. My name is Elizabeth Ritchie. I'm a registered clinical counselor and a certified life coach. And for many years, I've worked with individuals and couples, helping them work through obstacles to create more fulfilled lives and relationships. Okay, let's dive into it. The 9 steps to rebuilding trust and saving your relationship. Let's say a few words about breaking trust in a relationship. And that there's different degrees of trust breaking, whether it's telling a lie, whether it's infidelity or financial deceit of some kind, degree to these kinds of behaviors. So I think all of us can remember a time in our lives where we've broken trust with someone, whether that person was a parent, a boss, a colleague at work, a friend, or our partner, where maybe we've told a white lie or withheld information, didn't want to hurt someone's feelings or something like that. So we all at some point have broken trust, but you can see how in terms of degrees that somebody who forgets to tell their partner that they're going out after work for drinks with their work colleagues and they're going to be home late is very different from a partner who is chronically unfaithful. So you need to really think about your unique situation and how the 9 steps to rebuilding trust may or may not apply to you. All right, step number 1 in rebuilding trust and saving your relationship is to self-soothe. And self-soothing is basically regulating our emotions, right? So what we need to do is we need to take a deep breath. We need to calm ourselves down, because then we'll be able to think more clearly, and we'll also have a calming effect on the relationship. We know that when we're angry, when we're hurt, that's not going to be when we're making good decisions, right? So we want to calm ourselves down and really take a pause and get our emotions under control before doing anything else. So whatever you need to do in that moment, whatever you need to do to feel better, to calm yourself, go and do it. For some people, that might be taking a nap. For other people, it might be going for a jog and burning off energy. For someone else, it might be calling a friend and venting. So step number 1, self-soothe. Do whatever it takes to calm yourself down first before doing anything else. Second step you need to take in order to rebuild trust and move forward positively with your relationship is you need to gain clarity. So you need to get clarity around the situation. And to sort of simplify this, I've broken the concept of clarity and getting clarity into A, B, and C. So A, B, and C questions. So question A would be, what specifically caused the trust in the relationship to be broken? You want to get really clear on that. Like as mentioned earlier, was this a one-off situation where maybe your partner lied to you? Or was this a situation where there's been a consistent pattern of betrayal or broken trust over time? So you want to get clear on that. The other thing you need to do for gaining clarity would be question B. And question B is, do you feel that this is a situation that you and your partner can navigate on your own? Like, can you sort of talk through this, work through this, and heal on your own? Or do you think this is bigger and that you may need the help of a therapist or a coach in order to do so? because often with trust being broken, this is something that it's not a short time to process it. It is if it's a minor event, but it can take quite some time to process if there's been a real breach in the trust. Okay, so part C of the clarity question, gaining clarity. C would be, is your partner sincere about rebuilding trust and healing the relationship? Is your partner really willing to take responsibility if they're the one who's broken trust and to do the work that is needed to get the relationship back on track? That's a key question, because if your partner is not willing to do that, or if you're the person who's broken the trust and you're not willing to do that and you're not taking responsibility, then it's going to be very difficult to rebuild the trust in the relationship and move that relationship forward positively. So that's part C of the clarity question. Okay, so step 3 in rebuilding trust and saving your relationship is it is important to take time and reflect on your role, the role you played in the situation. So I know sometimes this gets people's hackles up because it sounds like, something like, oh yeah, so my husband was unfaithful to me, but now you're blaming me, you're blaming the victim. And I know it sounds a bit strange at first, but we have to keep in mind that in every relationship, both partners have an equal role to play. And so it's important to reflect on what your role has been. For example, in the months, or it could be even the years leading up to the trust breaking situation, how were you and your partner interacting with each other? Were you treating each other with kindness and respect? How have you been communicating? Has your communication been good? Have you been talking about the important things in life? Or has it just been more like, oh, what are we having for dinner tonight? Have you been exploring the deeper issues, like knowing things maybe haven't been right? And have you been talking about them? So you need to look at that as well. The other part of it is, how have you been acting as a person in the relationship? So have you been approachable? Have you been non-judgmental? Have you been sort of caring? Have you been somebody that your partner, if they were experiencing some kind of stress or unhappiness, have you been that kind of person that they could go to and talk to you about this? Or have you been the type of person that has kind of reacted badly if your partner may have brought something up, like, I'm not happy right now, for instance? The other part of it is, was there clear expectations in the relationship about what and what is not acceptable? So is sending flirty text messages to your partner's colleague, is that okay? Is that something that you are okay with? Or is that something that you've talked about and it's a no-go zone? So have expectations been clear? Were you both trusting each other 100% in the months or years leading up to the trust-breaking incident? And if you weren't trusting each other 100%, why not? You want to reflect on that. What has made you not be able to trust your partner 100%? All of us in relationships have blind spots, some bigger than others, and it's important to take some time and really reflect on your role in how you got to where you are today. So that's step number 3, sure to reflect on your role in the situation. Step 4 is be honest and be vulnerable with your partner. So sometimes we have a tendency to hide behind the surface level emotions like anger and frustration, and we don't really show what's going on with us deeply. And so if you want to have your partner be honest and vulnerable with you, you need to be honest and vulnerable with them. So if their behavior has hurt you, that's what you want to say. You want to express to them that, you doing XYZ, that really hurt me. I'm feeling in a lot of pain about that. It caused me pain. It caused me distress. You want to share those emotions with your partner and not just be angry, because angry is just it's the surface level stuff. So we're trying to go deeper. By being vulnerable and honest, that is basically good communication. If you can consistently have that strong, good communication, that is a way to bring you and your partner closer. So just by improving the communication, you can improve the relationship. Even trust-breaking behaviors like lying, deceit, being unfaithful, whatever it is, those behaviors are a form of communication. So with your partner's trust-breaking behavior, or let's say you were the one who broke the trust, with those behaviors, what was the behavior trying to communicate? That's where it's good to kind of take a pause, slow things down, and reflect on the situation. What was the trust-breaking behavior trying to communicate? And at the end of the day, you want to be honest and you want to be vulnerable about how you feel, because that gives your partner permission to do the same. Step number 5 is to work on building out that emotional safety. This step, you want to self-evaluate and you want to ask yourself, have you been helping to create the emotional safety in your relationship, or have you been actually, helping to tear it down? You need that emotional safety to be present if you want the trust to be there. So again, think of it. Have you been kind, respectful, non-judgmental, accepting, curious in the relationship and towards your partner? Or instead, has there been a history of mean words, silent treatments, crying, yelling, anger, criticism, or contempt? And contempt is the number one predictor of the divorce. You've got a partner as well who likes to avoid conflict, is conflict avoidant, then they may choose to lie or not tell you the full story because they just want to avoid the drama. They want to avoid the tears and the anger and the silent treatment, all that. So that makes the emotional safety crumble. And you really want to watch that because you want your partner to be able to speak the truth to you. So if you are the conflict avoidant partner, then your work here is to be honest, be vulnerable, and build out that emotional safety. If you are a highly sensitive person, if you're not great at taking feedback, if you're a bit passive aggressive, if you're suspicious, then those things are not creating a good atmosphere for your relationship. And your partner can sense this and then they pull away. It's also really important to watch your tone when you're discussing hot topic issues with your partner, and your body language, and exhibit that calm, non-judgmental behavior. If you're agreeing with your partner about something and you're saying, yes, dear, but at the same time you're rolling your eyes, well, rolling your eyes is a sign of contempt. And as I just mentioned, contempt is the number one predictor of divorce and the demise of relationships. So you really want to watch that. Okay, so at this point, we've covered 5 steps to rebuilding trust and saving your relationship. Have you started working on any of these steps? If so, which one? Please share in the comments below because I would love to hear. Okay, final stretch here. We're on to number 6. Step number 6, forgive and get closure if needed. So if we are interested in healing our relationship and rebuilding trust, then forgiveness is key. And if you continue to bring up the trust-breaking incident with your partner, let's say you're always on high alert, you're always suspicious. Maybe you're having a discussion, a heated discussion about one thing, but you bring up the old trust-breaking incident, and your partner is going to react in a way that, again, they're going to back off, right? They're going to detach from you because they're going to feel like you're never giving them a chance to make things right in the relationship because you're always bringing up the stuff that they did. So if you catch yourself doing this, always bringing up the trust-breaking incident or incidents, then this is a clue to you that you may have not gotten closure around the incident. So it could be something where your partner hasn't appropriately acknowledged the pain that they caused you because of the trust-breaking incident. Or it could be that you tried to explain to them the hurt that was caused by what they did, and they didn't really listen to you when you were explaining it and sort of shut you down or dismissed you. And so that can lead to you feeling resentful. And the resentment is why you keep bringing up the trust-breaking incident, because you didn't get that closure, you didn't get that apology from them. You're looking for validation from them, and the validation has not come. And they need to do that. And you need to get that in order to move on and rebuild the trust. If this sounds like you, then what I suggest to you is you speak to your partner and you say, you know, I don't really feel like I got the apology, an appropriate apology from you for what you did. Or that I don't know if you really heard me when I told you how much pain that caused. And I would like you to acknowledge that, and I would like you to validate my pain and my experience. Important to say that. And if your partner's on board and they are invested in the relationship and they're willing to take responsibility and they want to build a happier, healthier relationship, then they will be willing to do that for you. And if they're not willing to do that for you, then that is a bit of a red flag. Very important for you to get that closure that you need so that you can get to the point in the relationship where you can just forgive and you can move on and rebuild that trust. And if you got the apology and the acknowledgement that you were looking for from your partner, but you still find yourself struggling to forgive them, then maybe keeping in mind the fact that at our core, all of us are 100%. What that means is you can love the person but dislike the behavior. Love the person but dislike the action or the thing that they did. It's just like with our teenagers. Like sometimes, you know, they're driving us crazy because they talk back and they leave their dirty dishes in the room. But regardless, we love them. We don't like the behavior of talking back. We don't like the behavior of leaving dirty dishes in the room, but we love them anyways. And so, you know, keep that principle in mind that we're all 100% at our core. If you want a little bit more help with this, then I suggest that you check out this video on getting over resentment in your relationship. Step number 7 is to expect accountability from your partner. So in step number 6, we talked about the importance of forgiveness, but along with forgiveness, we also want to have clear expectations of what we want to see from our partner going forward. If our partner is accountable and clear expectations are in place, this is going to go a long way towards rebuilding that trust. And so having firm boundaries, of course, is part of this accountability. So as an example, let's say your partner made a big purchase from your joint savings account, your joint money, without running it by you first. You might want to say something to them like, I was surprised that you went ahead and did this. In the future, if you want to purchase anything using our shared money that's higher than $500, then I would expect you to run it by me first. So you're stating what your expectations are for next time. Another example of expect accountability might be a trust-breaking incident, like you have caught your partner sending like flirty text messages to a colleague at work, and you have just recently found out about this. And so you and your partner, you know, after sort of hashing it all out, you may have come to a solution where you ask your partner to agree to not contacting any colleagues outside of work issues, and if possible outside of work time. Sometimes that's not possible. And you may also request of them that you have access to their phone, you know, the code to their phone, and you can check their messages at any time. Another part of it, which sounds a little bit corporate, is you could also have this in writing. The reason why writing is good is that it prevents confusion, and it also keeps things really clear. So like a person can't go back and say, well, I don't remember agreeing to that, or that's not what you told me when we had that discussion. So if you have it down in writing and then there's agreement in place, then everything is a lot clearer. Partner is really sincere about rebuilding the trust and repairing the relationship, then they're pretty well going to be willing to do whatever it takes to get the relationship back on track. So they're going to be open to these kind of things because they know if they are open to it and they can show that they're trustworthy, then everything's going to be better, right? But if your partner has a response, like when you say you ask to access the code to their phone and we want to look at their messages or whatever, and if they say, well, what are you, my probation officer? well, then that's kind of a sign that your partner is not wanting to take responsibility and is not wanting to be accountable. That is a bit of a red flag, right? So we want to forgive our partner, but we want to also take steps needed for them to be accountable. And they may need to show and do certain things to prove that trust again. So you want to trust, but you also want to verify. Our 8th step in rebuilding trust and saving the relationship is be patient. After a serious breach in trust, it can take time to get the relationship back on track and to heal, especially if it's a big breach like infidelity. You know, for some people that could take months or years to get back on track, but it is possible. And oftentimes, in my experience and in the research, couples that have experienced a big breach in trust, like infidelity, they actually are able to work through it and go on to build an even stronger, more connected relationship. Thing is, both partners have to want this. Both partners have to be willing to put in the work and to put in the time. And again, it can take time. Deep hurts don't heal very quickly. So give yourself grace, give your partner grace, and just know that healing is possible. So our very last step, step number 9, focus on the journey, not the destination. I spoke about previously how at the core, we are all 100%. And even if trust has been broken and there's been lies and shattered trust, just know that in every relationship, there are obstacles and challenges, and sometimes you get pushed off the road completely. But this is what really can make a relationship strong. And people can change if they want to change, and we are always evolving through all our experiences. So as I said, there's plenty of reason to hope. So just try to relax into things as they are now, accept the current situation, but you want to do that with an eye to your hopes and dreams for your relationship and your own personal hopes and dreams as well. Trust the process and know that with these 9 steps that we've covered today, that you will be guaranteed to find a positive way forward. All right, so I've just shared with you my 9 steps for rebuilding trust and saving your relationship. And as mentioned at the beginning of the video, this is part 2 of a 2-part video series. The first video was 10 warning signs that your relationship may be crumbling. So if you haven't seen that, you might want to check it out. If you are also looking for additional support, you can also check out my Revitalize Relationships Facebook group for women. The link is in the comments section below. And if you feel like you need additional support that goes beyond the Facebook group, then feel free to book a discovery call through the link below to find out if my Revitalize Relationships program is a good fit for you. And if you got good value out of this video today, give it a like and subscribe to my channel, and you can be next in line for when my next video on relationship mastery drops. Until next time.